Hey, what is up guys? This is the Budget Coder. My name is CJ, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make reusable Python codes. So pretty much what it is you're going to be able to just have one code, so like when you want to type in like a player movement or something, you don't have to type out the code every single time you want to do it. You just load the script out from where you have it. So I'm just going to get started and make a basic player environment. So I'm just going to add a player right here. Shift C to go into the middle of the grid. Shift S. Selection to cursor. Then I'm just going to press S to scale it up. Take my guy right here and move him up a little bit, and then go from default to game logic and Blender rendered to Blender game. And then we're just going to keep it here for right now, and we're going to open up our Python. So you can get this, I can't remember if it's python.org or python.com, but it's idle, and you're going to want to use it for Python editing. So if you don't have it, I'm just going to give you a second to download it. It's completely free. Pause the video. Okay, so if you've got it, then just follow along with me. I'm just going to open it up here. And you'll get this, but this isn't what we want. So we're going to have to go over here to File, and then New File. And then we can just close down this one back here. Okay, and then this is what we're going to start with. Now when we start over here, I'm going to show you some. If we go over to Templates, Python, and then come up here to Game Logic Simple, it'll start out with this. Now we don't really need this part right here, but this is what it always starts out with. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this into here. So we're going to say import BGE, and please don't copy and paste because you're going to need the experience typing this. So import BGE, and then DEF because we're defining a function. The function is main, and pretty much what a function is it's everything in here. And when we call the function right here, it's pretty much just going to do everything we wrote down inside this function. The way you can tell a function ends is because there's another word on the same indent scale as it, if you understand what that means. Okay, so define a main because that's going to be the name of our function, and then always end with these two parentheses right here and a colon. So after that we go down and we're going to start out with controller, so that's going to be the name of our variable cont is equal to bge dot logic dot get current controller. Now let me explain to you what that is. So make sure you end that with a parentheses too, just to symbolize that whatever it is. I think it might be a function. Make sure you spell controller right. And this is the control panel right here. It's not this, these are controllers, but this is like the control panel thing, if you know what I mean. This whole thing right here, the properties, this, it gets what, no, not this right here, but it gets this and whatever's in here. So cut dot sensors, cut dot controllers, and cut dot actuators. So after that, after that we're gonna go into here, and we're gonna say, we're gonna type in the next thing, which is the object that the code is in. So if we tie to any object, we're gonna want own, and we're gonna say own is equal to controller.owner. So it's the owner of the controllers. Make sure you spell that right too. And again, it's CONT. Okay. So then we're going to go down here and we're going to call our function. So make sure that you put it back exactly on the same line where define is. 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. And if you hear a B-A-B-Y in the background, it's because I got one playing the Xbox. Okay. So let's go over here, and exactly on the same indent scale as the define, we're going to call our function. So pretty much all you do to call a function is type in the name of the function with the two parentheses. And this is not like the closing of this, so don't think of that as this. This is one thing right here, and then this is something else. So After that, pretty much this is our function. So we're gonna say what we want to happen in the function. So I'm gonna be making a basic player movement script with you guys. So this is pretty easy. All we have to do is say keyboard. This is going to be the name of our variable. Keyboard is going to be equal to bge dot logic dot keyboard. Okay, 1 second. Okay, yes. Oh, sorry. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is that we're gonna say, like, okay, so we're defining the movement of our players. So we're gonna say if 1 second. Okay, so if bge dot logic dot kx capital kx underscore capital sensors underscore capital active. So if the Blender game engine's logic's kx sensors, well, if the ones that are active are equal to the keyboard event, keyboard.events, in parentheses, no, not in parentheses, sorry, in square brackets. So we're searching through the library of, okay, so we're going to say the keyboard events, then we're searching through the library of the BGE of the Blender game engine events, and we're looking for 1 second. And okay, guys, sorry about that. If the video looks different, trust me, I didn't change anything. I might have just brought up Blender or something, but okay. So what this is doing is saying BGE. So if the Blender game logic sensors that are active in English are equal to the keyboard double equals, wait, I think 1 second. Yeah, double equals. Okay, so if the sensors that are active are equal to the keyboard events, and then we're going to be searching through the Blender game engine events for the Blender game engine events dot W key, all capitals. So if that happens, then we want to apply. Then we want to say own dot apply movement. And so pretty much what we're saying is to ourselves we're applying movement, and then in these parentheses, well, add parentheses inside these parentheses, and then inside the parentheses that are inside the parentheses, we're going to say how we want the movement to work. So this is going to be movement on our y-axis forward. 1 second, guys. Okay, so inside these parentheses, since I always want to have y be my face, so the positive y be my face. So we're going to say, we're going to go forward on our y-axis by 0.15, and then we're not going anywhere on our x, not going anywhere on our z, and then outside the parentheses, we're going to put comma true. What that does is it's saying that it's going to be local movement. So we could have like our cube, and then here, I'll show you. Then if we turn it like this on our z-axis, this is still y, right? Well, if it's local, then this is y right here. Here, I'll show you. I'll switch this to local. Then 1 second. Okay, I'll switch this to local. So this is this is our global access. If it's true, that means it's local. If it's false, then it's global. So let's go from global to local and see how that changed to this face. Yeah, okay, so Z, 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 Z. Oh, don't pay attention to that at all. At all. Okay, so there we go. Let's change this back to global. There we go. So let's go back into our script. Wrong script. That's another script I was working on. Okay, so this is our script. Oh, one thing we forgot to put at the end of our if statement is a colon. It won't work without this colon right here. Okay, so let's just save this. So file, save, and I'm gonna save it to a file I have on my desktop called Blender Scripts. And I made another player movement. I don't want to delete that, so down here I'm just gonna put YouTube movement. It'll make sense if you're watching this on YouTube, since that's the only place you can watch it. Okay, so then we're gonna save it, and make sure you save it as a .py for Python. Okay, so now that we got that up, let's just minimize this, and let's click on our cube that we want to be our player. Come over here, I'm just gonna name him player, and then go over here to physics, and then come over here from static. So physics is this thing that kind of looks like a golf ball bouncing off of the floor. And go over here, change it from static to a character, because he's going to be a character, and he's going to be an actor, or she, or he. So then over here in our player's control panel, we're going to go into our sensors. We're going to add an always sensor, and then click these three dots, and then we're going to add a Python controller. So it's always going to be running this Python, and let's just I'm going to get rid of this one that we made over here, and I'm going to come over here, go to text, open text block, and then go to wherever you put your script. So mine was in Blender Scripts. Where is that? And then just click on it. So this is ours, YouTube.movement, open text block, and here it is right here. So then let's just come down to here, and you'll see it automatically named it to YouTube.movement for us. And let's open that up right there. Press P to play, and this is our face right here. So press P to play, and when we press W, you'll see that we have a failed start. So let's see what's wrong. Let's go to our console, and it says there's no such thing as KX sensors active. Okay, 1 second. I'm sorry guys, I know what happened. Okay, so over here where it says sensors, let's just go back into our script and change that so it's permanently changed. I said sensors, it's sensor without the S. So let's just Control S so we can save that. Go down here, let's just change that right here for a second. We don't have to reopen it. So there we go. And then when we press P to move, you'll see that our guy moves on our x-axis because I accidentally put it on our x-axis. Okay, so let's just go back into our script one more time and sorry, wrong script again. And change this from 0.15 on the x-axis because it goes x, y, z. So 0, and this one will be 0.15. So we're just Control S, save that again. Come over here, let's change that. This is always a good way to test to see if your script is working, and I'm doing some live debugging for you guys. 1 second. Okay guys, so now that we fixed that, let's just test it. This green arrow is our face. So there we go. Now we're going forward. So you'll see that we can't go in any other direction. That's because we need to go back into our script, and we need to add 3 more. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. Okay. So there we go. Now we got 4. And let's just change this to W-A, capital A, capital S, capital D. And since A, and W-A-S-D. Let's just go, let's say W-S-A-D just because I like going front, back, left, right. Okay, so W-S-A-D. And since forward is the opposite of backwards, and backwards is the opposite of forwards, we're just going to make this number negative. Come over here to 0.15, change that to 0. Come down here, make this 0 too. And then over here, 1 second guys. Okay, and since x is our first number right here, x, y, z, we're going to change this 0 to 0.15. And this 0 since, oh no, we're going to change this a because we're going left. Left is the opposite of this red arrow. So that's going to be negative x. So this was going to be negative 0.15. Remember, your A key is left, so you're going to want to make that negative. This 0 is going to be 0.15 positively. So let's just save that. Come over here, and we're going to get rid of this one. And we're going to come over here to text, open text block. You could also just press Alt-O, Blender Skips, YouTube Movement, and you'll see it all pops up right here. Let's just go down here to our script and put it in there again, and then you'll see that we have this neat movement that we can just plug into anything. We don't have to type it anymore. We can just come down here to text or put our mouse cursor in here, press Alt-O, and just go right to it. So that's really simple. And if you want to, you could add your own little here, I'll just do it with you. So come over here to add actuator, add a motion actuator, connect it to the Python, change it from simple motion to character motion because it's a character, and select this jump. Okay, so then go back here to our Python, and let's just name this first. So if you're going to use this script, you're going to have to make this motion actuator, and you're going to have to name it jump every single time. And that's good. I mean, it's good practice. You're going to have to use it anyways. So we're going to come down here, or down here, right above keyboard, and say jump. That's going to be the name of our variable is equal to count.actuators, and then the square brackets, then our quotes, and the name of it is jump right here. So we're just taking out this actuator. Then we're gonna just copy this one more time. Oh, jeez, don't do that. Copy it. And we're gonna change this from D key to space in all capitals. And we're gonna get rid of this apply movement. And we're gonna get rid of that and say controllers dot activate. So cut.activate parentheses, and inside the parentheses we're going to call our variable up here jump. Then we're going to select this again, and then we're going to put it down here, and we're going to say 1 second. We're going to come over here. We're going to come over here. We're going to copy that, and we are going to paste it, and we're going to say if not. So if this isn't happening, because if we say if this happens, then activate this jumping, then it's going to be jumping forever. Right here, it doesn't do that for reasons that I guess I don't understand. Yeah, I actually don't understand why it doesn't do it for these ones. But you see that if we just hash this out, so you don't need to add 2, I just do that. So I'm going to press Control S, open text block, Blender text, not Blender textures, Blender scripts, YouTube movement. You'll see it's right here. If we just press P to play, and see what's happening. Why is that a problem? Import BGE. Yes, why is that a problem? Guys, you saw that before, right? That wasn't a problem. And now it is. Anyone care to explain? That's actually pretty weird. What line? Line 1. Import. Is it like indented or something? No, it's not. It's supposed to be import BGE. That's really weird, isn't it? Huh. I'm gonna pause it while I figure out what's happening, then I'll tell you when I pause it. Hey guys, I think I know what's happening. I don't know yet, but let's just try it out. You see right here where it says, because we forgot to unleak the last one we made, so we actually have to get rid of the last one we made. So let's go over here to youtube.py. Let's just press this X and unleak it. There we go. So let's just see if that works. No, that still doesn't work. This is spectacular. I have no idea what's happening. It says unexpected indent. Do you guys see an indent? Is it supposed to be like on, like, why is this name PYOO what? Okay, let's just try that. Put it in. There we go, guys. Okay, here, I'll show you. It's because we had two of them, and that messed it up. Because it said py. It said .py.001. So make sure that if you're gonna have something and then you're gonna change the script and upload it again, make sure that you unlink the last one so you don't make copies of it. So let's just press play to play, and I'm trying to show you what will happen if we do not have this deactivate right here. So let's just go back. Let's not go into our script yet. So if this is not happening, we're gonna want it to deactivate. So this is what happens if we don't tell it to deactivate. If we press the jump button, it's gonna jump forever. I'm not holding it down or anything. It's just doing that. So let's just get rid of these hash marks, and let's get rid of them in our script too. So YouTube.movement. Let's get rid of them. Control S, and we're gonna save that. Okay, so you're gonna want these three things with this label jump every single time, and make sure you don't have a copy of it. And now that we have this saying, make sure it says deactivate. Let's go back to our script. I think I forgot to write it. Yeah. So pretty much what we're saying, if this is happening, then we want it to activate the jumping. If this isn't happening, then we want it to deactivate the jumping. So deactivate, Control S, save that. And now you see if we press P to play, we got this. We can jump once, we can jump many times if we want to, but now you could use this script over and over and over without having to do it again. Next script, or next tutorial, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe you could make some suggestions, but until then, I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.